Welcome to Active Health 360. Your journey to a healthier, happier life starts here. Did you know that in the United States, 1 out of every 3 adults has high cholesterol, and most of them don't even realize it? The scary truth is that high cholesterol doesn't cause pain, fever, or obvious symptoms, yet it silently damages the arteries, leading to heart attacks and strokes, 2 of the deadliest killers in America. You might think that genetics are the main culprit, but in reality, the typical American diet plays an even bigger role. Hamburgers, pizza, fried chicken, French fries, and soda. These foods have become icons of American culture, but they are also a double-edged sword when it comes to our health. Today, we're going to dive deep into what cholesterol really is, why it's so dangerous, which eating habits in America send cholesterol levels skyrocketing, the early warning signs you should never ignore, and most importantly, how Americans can change their eating patterns to regain control over cholesterol. Stay with me until the end, because you may discover that the smallest choices in your meals today could save your life tomorrow. Before we talk about eating habits, let's make sure we truly understand cholesterol. Cholesterol is a fat-like substance found in your blood. Surprisingly, your body actually needs cholesterol. It's essential for building cell membranes, producing hormones like estrogen and testosterone, and helping with digestion by forming bile acids. So, cholesterol isn't the enemy. Too much of the wrong kind is. There are 2 major types of cholesterol that matter for your health. First, LDL, or low-density lipoprotein, often called bad cholesterol. Too much LDL sticks to the walls of your arteries, forming plaques that narrow blood vessels. Over time, these plaques can lead to dangerous blockages, which can cause heart attacks or strokes. Second, there's HDL, or high-density lipoprotein, known as good cholesterol. HDL acts like a cleaner. It helps remove LDL from your bloodstream and carries it back to the liver to be processed and eliminated. The real danger comes when LDL levels rise too high compared to HDL. And here's the shocking statistic. According to the CDC, more than 94 million U.S. adults have high cholesterol levels. Many of them are completely unaware until it's too late. That's why understanding and managing cholesterol is so important. So, what is it about American eating habits that pushes cholesterol through the roof? Let's break it down. First and foremost, America is the birthplace of fast food culture. Burgers, hot dogs, pizza, fried chicken. These foods are convenient, cheap, and available everywhere you look. But they are also loaded with saturated fats and trans fats, the very fats that drive LDL, or bad cholesterol, through the roof. For example, 1 large cheeseburger can contain up to 40 to 50% of your daily saturated fat limit. Add fries and a soda, and you've gone way overboard in a single meal. Next, consider fried foods and industrial oils. Fried chicken, French fries, donuts. Americans love crispy fried food. But here's the problem. The oils used in restaurants are often reused multiple times, creating trans fats, the most dangerous type of fat for heart health. Even though the FDA has banned artificial trans fats in many products, the culture of deep frying everything still puts many Americans at risk. Another cholesterol-raising habit is the high consumption of red meat and processed meats. Americans eat some of the highest amounts of red meat in the world: beef, pork, lamb. Add in processed meats like sausages, pepperoni, and bacon, and the cholesterol intake skyrockets. These meats are not only high in cholesterol, but also in saturated fats, making them a double threat to your heart health. But that's not all. Sugary foods, soda, and ultra-processed products are also a major problem. You might think sugary foods don't affect cholesterol because they don't contain fat. But that's a dangerous myth. Sodas, cakes, candy, and snacks raise triglycerides, another type of fat in the blood closely linked to heart disease. High triglycerides combined with high LDL? That's a deadly cocktail. On top of all this, portion sizes in America are massive. What's considered regular in the U.S. would be a large or extra large in most other countries. Combine that with meals that often lack vegetables, whole grains, and fiber, the very nutrients that help absorb and eliminate cholesterol. And it's no surprise so many Americans face high cholesterol problems. But here's the tricky part. High cholesterol usually has no symptoms. That's why doctors call it a silent killer. In most cases, you won't feel any different as your cholesterol climbs higher and higher. But sometimes, the body does send warning signals. You might experience chest pain or pressure, especially during physical activity. Numbness or tingling in your arms and legs can occur due to poor circulation. Some people develop yellowish deposits on their skin, called xanthomas, caused by fat buildup. Others might notice unexplained fatigue, dizziness, or shortness of breath. However, most people discover their cholesterol problem only during a blood test or, tragically, after suffering a heart attack or stroke. That's why the American Heart Association recommends every adult get their cholesterol levels checked at least once every 4 to 6 years, and more often if you're over 35 or have risk factors. Now, let's talk about the most important part: how to change eating habits and control cholesterol. First, cut down on saturated and trans fats. Swap a double cheeseburger for a grilled chicken sandwich with extra vegetables. Choose baked or grilled options instead of deep-fried foods. Always read nutrition labels. Avoid anything with partially hydrogenated oils, a sneaky term for trans fats. Second, eat more fiber and whole grains. Soluble fiber, found in oats, beans, apples, and leafy greens, helps block cholesterol absorption in your intestines. Currently, the average American eats only 16 grams of fiber per day, far below the recommended 25 to 30 grams. Try starting your day with a bowl of oatmeal, adding beans to your salads, or snacking on an apple for a simple fiber boost. Third, choose healthy fats. Instead of butter and lard, use olive oil, avocado, walnuts, and almonds. These foods contain unsaturated fats, which help lower bad cholesterol and raise good cholesterol. Eat fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, or sardines twice a week for omega-3 fatty acids, which are proven to improve heart health. Fourth, reduce sugar and processed foods. Replace soda with water, unsweetened tea, or sparkling water. Snack on fresh fruit instead of cookies or candy bars. High sugar intake not only raises triglycerides, but also contributes to weight gain, another risk factor for high cholesterol. Fifth, control portion sizes. Use smaller plates to naturally limit how much you eat. Eat slowly and mindfully. Your brain takes about 20 minutes to register that you're full. By slowing down, you give your body time to signal when it's had enough. Sixth, add lifestyle changes to your routine. Exercise 30 minutes a day. Walking, cycling, or swimming are all great options. Physical activity helps raise good cholesterol and lower bad cholesterol. Get enough sleep. Sleep deprivation raises cholesterol and triglycerides. And manage stress. Chronic stress is linked to higher LDL levels and unhealthy coping habits like overeating or making poor food choices. Remember, lowering cholesterol is not about giving up everything you love. It's about making smarter choices consistently. You don't have to swear off pizza forever, but maybe you have it less often. Or choose a veggie-loaded slice instead of a meat lover's special. You don't have to abandon dessert, but you might swap that daily donut for a piece of fruit. Over time, these small changes add up to a big difference. High cholesterol is not an immediate death sentence, but it is like a ticking time bomb inside millions of Americans. The most dangerous part? You won't feel it until it explodes, through a sudden heart attack or a stroke. Changing eating habits is tough, especially in a country where fast food is everywhere and convenience rules daily life. But here's the truth. Every small decision matters. Choosing water instead of soda. Adding 1 serving of vegetables. Picking grilled over fried. Each of these small steps reduces the risk of clogged arteries and protects your heart for the long run. So here's my challenge for you. Start with one small change today. Maybe it's having an apple as a snack. Maybe it's skipping the fries. Maybe it's just booking that overdue cholesterol test. Because your future self, the one who wants to walk with grandkids, travel the world, or simply enjoy life without medications, will thank you for it. Sometimes, a single piece of knowledge is enough to save a life. Stay healthy, stay strong, and remember, The smallest choices you make today could be the reason you're here tomorrow. Thanks for watching Active Health 360. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more healthy living tips.